And now start broadcast. Hey everybody, what's good and welcome to another webisode of Pro Talk Radio's live sessions with Taz and myself, Protege. For some of y'all who may be new to this, what we tend to do every Monday through Thursday is if you guys have ever watched Pro Talk Radio on the Juice, or in the past it was known as Music Fiend. If you guys ever got an opportunity to watch us there, it's pretty much the same thing except more up close and personal. We're shooting live from my living room. We have a smoking session and we go down the pro topics, the trending pro topics of each day. And then from time to time, if there's no topics, or I just feel like y'all might be getting sick of topics, we'll hit y'all with some
breaking news.
No, not breaking news. Like special segments. Like today, we're gonna talk about family, and I don't mean planning a family, getting married, all that shit. No, I'm talking about like dirty shit, like sisters trying to sleep with other sisters, kids' fathers and shit. Like I'm talking about like dirty shit, like I'm real life shit. We're talking about the shit that people tend to say,
Dirty crime.
Keep that shit in the house. Don't let nobody know. Like no, let's talk about it. We'll probably laughing. We'll probably crying together. Who knows?
Let's attack it.
Yeah. So basically, that's what this show's all about. Some days it's real hilarious and we're having fun and it's real interactive with the viewers in the chat room. And then other days it's just real. I don't want to say mundane.
Yeah, I was just gonna say about there.
But other days it's just like it's just all.
It's just regular. We just talk about.
Now I'm gonna tell the truth. There's some days I really don't feel like doing it, and it shows. Or I smoked way too damn much in my day, and by the time y'all get me full and sleepy, and I really don't feel like doing it. But anyways, let's get into it. Taz got a whole bunch of pro topics for you guys. I fell back from doing the pro topics because I had a few other things to do. Sorry, guys, but I didn't want to cancel the show.
I got a couple juicy ones.
Juicy. Can we talk about Aaron Hernandez real quick?
Let's go. This is my opening. I wouldn't say statement.
Listen,
my opening subject.
You can go first, because I gotta take a few hits.
And then this. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if I know you guys. We've been staying in touch with you with you guys about the case and everything, and then the latest that happened, it was that the prosecution closed.
They closed the case last week.
Yeah. But now the thing I wanted to explain to the to the public. Remember, how long did it last again?
Prosecution took from January, I want to say the mid of January, up until last Friday, until they arrested their case. They had 131 witnesses.
Yep.
But defense, if that's what you were going to, defense only had 1 day.
That's what I'm saying.
And really it was only about a couple of hours. They had about 1 to 2 witnesses. And the witnesses really didn't do much at all. Like it was mad weak.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the difference already. You can see. What I mean? Like, okay, like the prosecution, like they went in, they present everything, the deliberation, I don't know, whatever they were doing. The case, it was taking like so long.
Well, the prosecutors have the burden to prove the case. Where defense, they really don't. All they gotta do is just plant a doubt in your mind. That's it. They don't have shit. They don't have to prove jack shit. All they have to do is just put that seed.
And tell the truth, so far they've been planting like all kind of doubt in their heads. So,
not for nothing. When we watching the thing today. Mm-hmm. All right, the defense went first. At first, the judge told them they had 90 minutes each to present their final arguments to the jury.
Yeah.
Defense, what'd they say? They didn't want the 90 minutes.
Yeah,
they wanted it shorter. But anyways.
Maybe it's a tactic, though.
Listen, at first, I was just like, the defense is kind of weak. They're not even like defending the defendant. They're more so being picky over how evidence was obtained and how long their expert witnesses have been experts. They really didn't make a case for Aaron. So throughout the whole speech, I was just like, yo, they're fucked. They're so fucked. But then when he got to his last, I would say maybe his last 10 minutes of arguments, he kept pushing and pushing the fact of there was little areas of doubt here and there. that he had enough to put in your head to be like, there may not be enough.
Yeah. And also,
so I was like, fuck. And the prosecutors came in and I was like, yes. Sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I just wanted to remind you, like, the iPad and phone or gun.
Oh, yeah, no. I just had to say that part about their whole closing statement. Like, there was no life to it. He was reading off of papers. It looked like he was reading some student's homework. But then when prosecution went at look at me. I feel so weird and awkward. Like go prosecutors. But then when the state of Massachusetts went up there, there was no paperwork. He put his cape to the side. he went in. But yeah, like how you were saying, the defense was trying to say that we all saw the video of Aaron going down into the basement and how he had a thing in his hand that at first the defense said what?
That
it was a what?
iPad.
No.
It was a remote. Yeah, it was a remote.
Then what did he say?
It's an iPad. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you guys you would like me to demonstrate that to them, or?
To demonstrate? No, because then if you demonstrate it, you gotta move all this.
I should have left.
And then they're really gonna be in my house.
But just you guys can imagine that. Just put it in your head. How big is an iPad compared to a remote compared to a gun?
In width. Now we're talking about an iPad. Might be whatever. A gun, y'all know. Some of y'all know.
But now to tell you more, the defense think they were smart. Like, thanks to you, you made me notice that.
What?
The fact that they used 2 different shots.
Yes.
He did have an iPad at one point.
At one point, he did have an iPad. You know how Aaron Hernandez, they had a video of him going down into the basement with the other 2 defendants. Well, the defense brought up a video of Aaron Hernandez coming from the basement.
Yeah.
One video that they played, I think they actually played by accident because it went by way too fast.
Yeah.
And it was the one of him actually having the thing that looks exactly like a gun.
Yep.
The second time they brought up the scenario, they had a video. They had the video of him opening up the door, coming up from the basement. Again, same mannerism as the time that we saw with a thing that looks exactly like a gun.
Mm-hmm.
But this time they zoomed in and it was an iPad, which indeed was.
Yeah.
But thank God I've been through something. Well, not thank God, because this isn't something to thank God for. But I've been through enough court cases and evidence to really be picky and pay attention to shit.
Oh, also it's in your nature. You pay attention to a lot.
Yeah, I'm a Libra, I guess. Because
you pay attention.
The second time when they showed it was the iPad. Okay, if you looked real quick, if you really wasn't paying attention, you would really believe it was that's probably what he did have that whole time.
Yeah.
But I rewinded it and I showed this one that Wallace was behind him in the second shot.
On the second shot?
When he first came up the steps with the thing that looks like the gun and he shut the door behind him, nobody was behind him. The second time when they're trying to say he came up the stairs and he had the iPad, Wallace was behind him. So you could tell clear as day.
It was
2
obvious.
different shots.
Another thing.
But they fucked up by showing the first shot because they didn't mean to do that. That was a slip up.
But the other thing I even think that was worse that they done, I think on both shots, I think one of them when he had the gun he was facing left and the other one was facing right.
Yeah, he was facing 2 different directions.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my gosh, they made it even worse. Mm-hmm. So I believe. But I'm saying that right there, that's like a reach. Like
now,
the defense was really trying to which one?
Well, how they're trying to throw it on his boys that they were high off of PCP, and that's why homeboy had a towel because he kept having to wipe his face from sweating so much. That shit was just such a reach. The iPad was an extreme reach, and it was so hilarious to watch it live how they fucked up on showing that first clip.
Yeah, it was.
And it was also funny to sit there and watch the defense talk about how he was in another room with the babysitter while Lloyd was on the couch.
Oh, they put so much out.
Yeah, and his girl sitting right there listening to this whole thing.
He was a dirty dude, man.
Not for nothing, his bitch pisses me off more than he does.
Oh.
I know that it's supposed to be the girl got her man's back, ride or die type shit. I know if I was in her shoes and that's my man, I would do the same thing. But as an outsider, as someone who's just looking at this whole thing as, I guess as some form of entertainment, because it really doesn't affect me personally, just because it's a storyline to me. I'm like, no, There's no way she should be untouched. Like, that's fucked up. She hugged her sister and then took that burner in her sister's car.
There's no storyline for her, like anything. She's like as the same amount of, the same level of criminal.
At that point, Hernandez. Where does your loyalty stand? Does your loyalty stand with family, your sister, or does your loyalty stand with your man?
If you stand with your man, you're a criminal, just the way.
No, I'm saying what's right.
That's not right. You can't stay with your man. He's a criminal. He murdered somebody, and it's not somebody.
But in let's not even say murder. Let's not even say murder. Let's just say in life.
In life, what's life?
Does I'm not talking about your boyfriend that you've been with for like 6 months or like a year. I'm talking about someone that you've been with for let's say a good couple of years, like 3 years. Mm-hmm. Y'all ain't married or nothing, no kids, no nothing. And then you have like your family. Where does your loyalty? I know a lot of people are gonna be like, my family comes first, but until pressure bust pipes and you're put in that situation where it's the person that you're with beefing with your family and you gotta pick sides within that moment, that all that around my family shit, we'll see. Because it's so circumstantial.
It's gonna depend on the level of the situation. If you're talking about murder, man, I don't have any association with you. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna go snitch and call the cops. I was like, nah. Don't have anything. I got enough problems.
You know what's crazy? You can tell she's done it before. Because you can tell, because obviously he's done this before. So if he's done this before, imagine what she has done or
whatever else she covered. Or maybe she knows her man's like that. And also, you don't know what type of woman she is. Maybe she's done, cheating and doing her own life or whatever she's doing. So.
Listen.
No, there's one more question too I have about Hernandez. I don't know if you're leaving Hernandez or you're staying in there.
No, I'll tell you this.
All right, go ahead.
I got a bunch of shit. Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, the thing that they were talking about in evidence too, both wife and everybody try to say that, Hernandez and even, the defense and everybody that he smoked a lot and it's all about weed. He used to smoke all the time before games and everything. So now the question.
So how come he never got tested?
That's a question that's raising out there now. How come he was passing them? Me, all this time thinking he has done it. In the summertime, when it's off.
Tell me when you didn't hear Kraft say that he came in and gave him that hug and that kiss and told him that he'll take care of him because he thought he was innocent. Mm-hmm. That some mafioso type shit didn't pass through your mind. Like, I know in the back of my mind, I was thinking like,
yeah, just like
how much would they really put up with? What do they? How much do they really know about him?
A stadium attendant is approaching the balls before the games and taking out of them and put them.
Yeah, the whole spy game.
What the heck is going on? What procedure is that? I'm like, what the heck? Just go and play the game. I don't know. The Patriots, they're very weird. When I worked for the organization, it was very freaking weird. I have 2 sides of disclosures. Mm-hmm. What I've seen, not to out there, or I can't work with my cell phone and stuff. It was kind of lenient until after Hernandez. Everything now you do background checks and everything. So, I gotta kill it.
Sorry, I'm listening to you. I'm just doing the promos.
Now, my big question is, how come he was playing and what is it? Is it the NFL test is not enough for real? Or was he taking certain detox at the same time to detox himself so he can pass the test? Or what's going on?
For me, the whole NFL, nothing's honest to me. No sport, no store, no government, no restaurant, no beauty salon, nothing, no school, cheerleading thing, no school. There's not an ounce of honesty or integrity in any of those things for me. Wow. I feel like everything's tainted because we're all human.
Because money is involved? I think that's what it is. Money and power.
Yeah. But anyways, like I was gonna say about this whole Aaron Hernandez thing, the defense was saying how their whole thing was the prosecutors didn't do their part at all with collecting evidence and how they collected evidence.
The wrong way.
Yeah, like they didn't I was saying before, like they didn't do shit for Aaron. Like they didn't protect him for shit. Like they just, I don't know, it was completely horrible.
Yeah,
let me see. The evidence wasn't gathered properly. What else was it? He was holding the iPad, not the gun. Yeah, that was the thing that was funny too, was about the iPad, not the gun. So I'm done with them. But the prosecution, like I said, defense went up in there. They had a whole bunch of paperwork. They were rambling. It didn't look right. It wasn't well put together. When prosecutors got to the stand, your boy didn't even have a pen in his hand. He didn't even have a piece of paper. And he just executed his case brilliantly. Like, definitely painted the picture vividly in your mind about how Aaron would have
I feel like he was repeating himself a lot, though.
Because it's I felt like it was a 90-minute campaign. And he had to make sure particular things stuck within the juror's mind. So of course he was gonna say shit over and over again. Like, he said that they were trying to say that Aaron didn't plan this whole thing and that it wasn't a premeditated murder. And the prosecution was like, it wasn't, because he didn't know he was gonna go kill him. He didn't plan on killing him. What ended up happening was the night before the actual murder, he went to go pick up Lloyd, mad late, to go buy some weed. Didn't realize that they were going to go out. They ended up going out to a club, and he actually told Lloyd in front of somebody that he was in an argument with him that he should be grateful that he's out with him and that Aaron's even like being seen with him or whatever. So Lloyd then saw some people that he knew and went to go hang out with those people, leaving Aaron alone for a while. I don't know if he felt like maybe he looked stupid, maybe it was embarrassing because the nigga that he walked in with straight dissed him. I don't know what could have possibly got into it, but they went into further details about what happened at Club Rumor. And then the following day, the way that the chain of events went down, it was just clear as day that Aaron
had something to do with this.
He wasn't letting it go. Maybe at one point in the day it wasn't on his mind, not on his mind, but maybe, I don't know. I don't know, yo. To be in the mind of a killer, I could see if you kill once and the circumstances around it, but the way your boy is trigger happy, I can't explain that. I don't know. I can't even. I don't know.
He's way trigger happy, you know.
Too trigger happy.
The only thing is just like, I look at like the defense. Like, they said a couple things. Couple things are playing on his advantage. Like the fact that they don't have the gun. Yeah. The fact that they don't have the gun, and the fact that they have to, they're working around everything that's circumstantial.
Yeah, but it don't matter if they, it's enough to maybe not get him on first. I don't know what I know they're charging him with murder, but I'm not sure what degree or what else they're charging him with. But whatever it is, he's not getting away scot-free off of this. Like, he's done.
This is the way.
And then he got another trial after that. Like, he picked up a few more charges. Like, he had TI guns in his house, and they found all that shit in his house. And then he picked up a trial for that, and then he got another trial for the fight in the. No, I don't think they know about that. I don't think they could know.
So see, that's that. If they know about that, I look at that's his advantage. But now the way I look at it,
I can't believe we spent 18 minutes on this one topic.
We still going with it. It's just, I don't know. It's amazing. But
it's amazing.
I don't know. That's it. He might get away from it.
He's not getting away from it. All right, what else you got? Because I want to get into the family thing.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations to the Duke men basketball for winning the NCAA championship game.
Congratulations, Duke.
A lot of things going on over there, and congrats to Coach K too. But a lot of suspicious thing going on with the NCAA, so I don't know if they're gonna clean houses, or a lot of people say like the fact that they renting players. There's been speculation. I don't know if you guys did hear that the Syracuse, like, what happened to them. Like, they took away games, they got fines, and kids get kicked out because they were renting players. Basically, if a kid doesn't even belong, doesn't have a grade point average to be part of this university, they just use them to play the game. And then after that, kick them out and get rid of them. So basically, they just play them, use them for the sports academy, but they're not really part of the team.
So they were doing that to a bunch of students?
Students, and pay them on the low, pay them under the table.
How do they know? How they get caught?
Somebody snitched. Oh, somebody always have to snitch. I'm telling you, money went wrong. They're like, hey, that's not the amount.
Who's in trouble right now? You're saying Duke is?
Well, Duke they clean houses right before the NCAA championship game. You know, a couple of kids got sent somewhere because they have to do investigation in their academic scholarship year. So I'm like, wow. So they were playing with 8 freshmen on the team because they were getting so much people. So I was like, it's crazy. So therefore, there's that. So we want to say, congratulations to them. Next is
I can't believe we do this show. Like, I can't believe we're really sitting here. Like, what is this? Like the second week, and like we really sit here and act like we got mad viewers, and there's like mad people watching. And what I love though is that we're so dedicated to it. Like we spend so much time like really looking into these topics and trying to figure out fun ways to
it's the way we
talk
deliver it, I
to
guess.
this
You know what I mean?
computer.
I guess.
But I don't know, just a random thought I had. Like,
I
look
mean,
at us.
another topic that I had that was off, basically sports topic. It's something that I came across is about Facebook. Now you can deliver a divorce paper to somebody through Facebook.
You can serve people divorce papers on Facebook.
Yes.
Like there's an app.
Divorce summons, not an app.
Like an.
You use Facebook, and I guess you can upload a section or something like that. You can do that, and you serve somebody, and divorce summons. And it's a funny article. I hate
that you didn't read.
No, I did read. And
I what did it say?
Well, thanks to a ruling in from a Manhattan Supreme Court by Justice Matthew Cooper, it's legal to deliver divorce summons through Facebook.
But like how? What do you do? You post it on their wall?
They don't really go in depth on how you do it. There's no app. But I guess you just basically post it on their wall or go over there in their inbox and just inbox it to them. And they took care of that. And all this is the first one that happened is
topics.
a nurse that did that through her husband, and it was all legal. So now they said it's legal to represent yourself
virtually.
A
nurse that did what to her husband?
Sent a legal divorce paper through.
So she inboxed them divorce papers, and it was considered to be legal.
Yeah, it was legal, and it went through, and it was successful.
I wonder if now people can stop like going after niggas for child support like that.
It's
like, and if it could be considered legal.
It's gonna be more. And
that's crazy. Come on, I want to start talking about my shit.
Go ahead.
Wait, what? Do you have anything that's interesting?
No, the last one was Lawrence Tynes is suing Tampa Bay Buccaneers for $22 million because he ended up contacting. I wouldn't say no, not contact. Ended up having MRSA.
MRSA.
Yes. So he had to retire.
But how's that the team's fault?
Because when he started to go to, he got traded from, he used to play for the Giants. He got traded to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's doing all this stuff over there, showering, going to the gym and everything. And he ended up having MRSA after that. So now what happened is they just trying to force him to retire. So he's suing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for that because he's saying that they forced him to retire because of this condition. Because there was a former player that also contacted MRSA through the team, and they settled for $3 million with him. So there's that. No,
I'm laughing at this story. I must come across like such a bitch or such a bully.
No, it's not. It's not
I'm
interesting
never
because
interested in your story.
Yeah, it's like I guess you're so biased to when it comes to sports. If it's not about Giants or something like that, you don't care. So I guess that's what it is.
Or if it's not against the pack. I mean, even if it's not, because remember, what was the last story you had about the lady in the White House?
You never come about none of the sports stories or any other stories. But I understand. I guess they're not interested, but for me, they are.
No, yeah, for you they are. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, damn, I wonder how I come across you. Like, I must come across, like, some type of villain, because I'm always like, it's word. I don't want to talk about it. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, yeah, so what, do you want to get it? Well, now I feel bad because now I made a thing about it, and now we're going to sit here and think about it.
About what?
About me being an asshole to you.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'll move on. That was my last topic. You said you wanted to go in anyway. I don't get what you're talking about.
I don't know, I'm just thinking to myself. But yeah, so anyways, let's get on to like some real shit. Yeah. Families. Now, before we even get into any debate, any stories, or whatever the case is, I want to just give you guys a little background on our families. So when we sit here and we come and debate certain topics, or we have certain thoughts, y'all can understand exactly what percentage of people I'm representing and where I'm coming from with my stuff and where Taz is coming from with his. So while I take a few talks, can you just explain to them real quick, like your family background, how Like how you guys were, like how many brothers, sisters, and all that.
Real quick, I was born in Haiti, Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and I have 4 siblings, 1 sister and 3 brothers, and basically it's Haiti is like a third world country, so it was pretty tough growing up over there.
Oh, I thought you were gonna explain like what Haiti is. I was gonna say you don't think people know.
You'd be surprised. Some people don't. I found a couple people that didn't know. But yeah, so third world country, grew up pretty rough, and like family values was very important. And it's not like they taught you; you learn about it and you've seen it.
So was your mom and dad married?
Oh yes, not from the jump. My mom and dad was married.
No, but I'm just saying, but they're married. They're married, and you grew up in a household where it was 5 kids. Grandparents were involved. You had aunts and uncles, cousins, very tight knit family. You guys had each other's back.
Yeah.
Granted, you guys had a lot of ugly times, but the family, you guys were pretty much a solid family.
Family is family. Family was all, no matter what.
Let me explain my family.
Go ahead.
Hold on, I had to take that hit. All right.
Oh God.
I'm not gonna. If this was like years ago, I would have been like, listen. Now on my end, I was about a month and a half old, almost 2 months old, and I was giving up. My grandparents raised me. My parents had other kids. My parents was a dysfunctional marriage, abusive, alcohol. I feel you heard that notification. Watch that be a family member. Like, shut the fuck up. I don't care. It's my life. It's my story. Nah. It is what it is. Yeah. So my mom and dad, completely dysfunctional. Had other kids. If they were moms and dads of younger kids now, they would both be in jail. Like, I swear to God. But in the 80s, it was so different. But yeah, my grandparents raised me. I grew up in a household that was my great aunt, my aunt, who then got married, and her and my uncle raised me. And I basically every day I was back and forth at my aunt and uncle's house, on my grandparents' house. I call my grandfather my dad because he was my dad. My grandmother was my step grandmother. She wasn't my full blood, nor was my aunt. So yeah, so I've had it all. I'm talking about like family members shooting at each other, to like family members having each other's back like crazy. So my family, from the extreme, extreme, whether extreme in a positive way or extreme in a negative way, extreme. So yeah, so let's get into these family things. So first things first, one of the things that we were discussing. No, I want to explain to you guys why this even came up. On Easter morning, I was sitting here and I was checking my emails and stuff, and I went on Facebook, and I saw a picture of my biological mom, and I was just staring at it. I woke up in such a good mood. I wasn't even thinking about family or life or whatever. Like, that stuff doesn't even faze me anymore. So I'm looking at her picture and I just stopped bawling. Like, I'm crying uncontrollably. I'm looking at her like I never seen her before. Like, we don't have a relationship. I know my mom, but I don't know my mom. She wasn't there during my childhood. She wasn't there at games. She wasn't there. So I'm looking at this woman's picture and I'm just like, wow, like years have gone by. I'm 31 years old. And I still feel like that 5-year-old girl that desperately wants her mom and desperately wants to know her mom. But I feel like at 31 years old, like it's too late. Like, we can get to know each other and have a relationship. But I feel like that mother-daughterness, like,
You don't feel it.
Not that I don't feel it. I want to feel it, but I just feel like it's too late. So when so when I was going through all this stuff, all this emotions and thoughts, I was just like, yo, I think it would be such a dope idea to just talk about family. So first thing first, Taz actually brought this up. I thought it was a dope one. Why is it that we treat, what is it?
strangers better than families.
All right, so why do you think we treat strangers better than family?
I mean, I guess it's because there's no threat. You don't know that person, so you don't know how to treat that person. So that's why, the normal regular thing, the stated thing to do is you just treat them good. So
Because you don't know that person. Also,
yeah.
You just mean like
Unless
just more courteous.
Yeah, you have to be courteous, and then I mean, it's like that person you don't have no problem with them. But family is that person you know them. They know what that gets you mad.
Right.
They know what gets on your nerves. Like just like if you have a pair of kicks and everything like that, you tell them don't wear them, and then they go and wear it. Sibling goes and
then you end up punching you in the face, and then you get in trouble, and your uncle punches you in the face.
But if a stranger does that, you have the right to tell them. First of all, I gotta let you know that you didn't know, but hey, don't use that. So it takes a lot.
Growing up, for me and my family, I was always told that I treated strangers better than family. Every lecture, every time I got yelled at, I always got that. But for me, I understand now that when I was younger, I felt betrayed by my family so many times. Like, like there were so many instances where I felt like I should have been protected, or I just should have been understood. And I just felt like yeah, and then I always feel like the stepchild, because remember, these people were raising me, and I'm not their kid. Like they didn't create me, so I always felt like I was so secondary. I really didn't matter, and I just seen a lot of instances where as a child, I just felt betrayed.
Can I ask something? Okay.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
No, is it because also they never give you the chance for you to, I mean, like, to explain yourself? Basically to know, like, why I mean, like, why you want to.
Why was I behaving in certain ways, certain things are happening?
Like, that you want to know the family, that, like, I mean.
Oh, like, as I grew up, like, yeah. What, if I ever got a chance to talk to my family?
Because how they suppress it, I feel like, the way you explain it, it's like they suppress it, but you just wanted to talk about it. You just wanted to be like, you wanted to know why.
What, about certain things?
Yeah.
I mean, from childhood up until adulthood, I've always been a vocal person. Always spoke my mind. I've tried. It's if the other side wants to or doesn't want to, but we're getting off the topic. Like, we can get to that stuff in a little bit, but the whole thing is about treating strangers better than family. Yeah. So, at a young age, I felt betrayed from family and all that. So I think I looked at strangers like, you don't know me. You can't judge me. You don't know my family.
Exactly. You don't know.
So I automatically felt like you're going to treat me nice and I'm going to treat you nice because this is the world. The world's just a nice place. It's just my family's like this fucked up place. So I feel like no matter whose circumstance was greater than the other person's or vice versa, in general, we all felt like our family's fucked up and they don't deserve to be treated the way we would treat strangers. So I think the underlying issue would be, I guess, us feeling like we've been violated by family in some type of way. I guess the next one would be families and relationships. Like, do you introduce in your family? Would you no, wait, we didn't even talk about in your side of the family, because I feel like I'm representing a more dysfunctional side where you represent a more functioning side of the family. Mm-hmm. In your family, was it ever known to, as it being a tight-knit family, that you guys would treat strangers better than family?
It's like in my family, it's like in a way we got it without explaining it. It's like we won't, like, we treat, like, it's like we have our own identity. And we do whatever. Like, it's like basically, like when you say like we treat strangers.
Yeah, do you guys treat strangers better than family?
Because we don't treat strangers better than family. We just, because we're always looking at the strangers as
you guys are polite, but
yeah, we just. It's not.
You
like,
guys look at strangers like the enemy.
Yeah. We look at ours.
I think in a dysfunctional family, you look at a stranger like, oh my God,
it could be my
the
best
person
friend.
To take me away from all.
It could be my best friend. Unless if my best friend is like family to me, then my friend, then you're still a stranger for me. Like, we'll treat you as a stranger. Like, we'll be polite and courteous and do the regular thing, but there's a certain thing that's like, you won't be it won't be acceptable for you to be on that section of the house because you're not.
Because you're a stranger.
Yeah, you're not.
Now, what about, say you're in a relationship?
Yeah.
Do you because you come from a functional family?
Yeah.
Do you introduce the girl to your family? How soon is your family the type to like, push her out to the side? Like, I don't know. How does that work in your functional family?
I feel like in my family they will be like they just won't care. But they just will be like a type to be
because your life is your life.
Your life is your life. That's why I said in a way like we all got our own identity in a way. Like right. It's like your life is your life. We don't have to care about this and all that. But at the same time, we just gonna have to let you know something.
Right.
If you messed up, we're gonna warn you about something that can happen and give you advice. And if something happened, we just don't want to hear it. We just don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? And this happened. So that's how we look at it.
In my family, when it comes down to the men, I never really worried about introducing people, but the way I grew up was so mafioso. Like my grandfather was just very like mafioso. Like
girl too.
Yeah, like I was his princess.
Right.
But no, now I'm talking about like once I got to meet the other extended family members. If I'm in a relationship, I will never, ever, ever introduce my man to my family. I will never, ever, ever, even if we were to get married, even if we have kids, no. I grew up, I was raised by my grandparents. My grandfather passed away. My grandmother's very elderly, and by the time I was to ever get that far into life, to be talking about marriage and having another kid, I doubt she'll still be here. So I technically don't have family. So, and what I do have as family, I've seen so much dysfunctional shit from family members trying to sleep with other family members, men to just a whole bunch of to like legal shit to like just a whole bunch of chaotic bullshit that I just don't want that negativity around. And I just don't, whatever positive thing I have coming into my life, whatever new positive thing I have coming into my life, I don't think it's healthy to introduce it to something like that, because you're just introducing them to your future beefs, to our future beefs.
Wow.
And I mean,
but
you
I
know,
feel like everything should be out of the plate anyway like that. So, hey, that's why it is. So this way, if that person wants to be like, I met that family.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what?
So now I don't want to be part of that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, now, how do you explain to somebody that you're dating, I don't want you to meet my siblings or my cousins or whatever because of XYZ, because you come from a dysfunctional family. So if you go to explain why they're dysfunctional to the average person, you're gonna sound crazy. Especially with my family.
Yeah, I mean,
but how do you explain that to somebody that you're dating? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just act like I don't have any family. That's it. I don't. And speaking about saying that not having any family, how about family reputation? Like whether say it's the last name. You know, that's a huge burden to carry. If your family last name is something that's so highly, like, you know, the Rodriguez's, my grandfather was so highly respected, and I was just such, I guess, like a bad little kid to them or something, but in the sense of carrying a last name, okay, great, whatever. But say you have a family reputation of the females in your family being real ratchet and scandalous. Well, in my family, I have some of that. So I have no problem telling people, no, I'm not related to so-and-so. When they know damn well.
You get talk for the women's point of view. And in my side too, I did. Like, I mean, I gotta say straight up, like.
Well, you got people in your family that you cannot claim.
Yeah, you cannot. And I will like sometimes like, yeah, I know I'm cool with them, but I will not bring somebody in front of them to be like, oh, and you know, to claim them to be like, oh, this is such and such, one of my siblings. It's like, you know, I understand where you're coming from because of that reputation and everything that's known. But then again, I can talk to on a
it's embarrassing.
point of view.
Because yeah, but you don't think if say someone knows you got somebody in your family that carries themselves a certain way or is of a certain character, and you don't think they're gonna put you in that category too because they're gonna be like birds of a feather or
Yes, and
whatever.
that's why I'm like, yeah, I do not want to basically show that my involvement with that. That's why even me, if they do that towards me, I don't mind. I don't understand. I don't get offended. But
What if family says that you're
like,
not family with
yeah,
them?
they didn't claim me for a certain
See, me, I don't mind.
Yeah, exactly. They
I don't
didn't claim
mind
me.
not having family.
I'm fine with that. Okay.
But for me, like, I'm definitely that person that will sit here to your face and tell you, and you could be like, hey, are you related to so and so? And I'm like, nah, I've who?
Excuse me, who?
I've done it my whole life. Yeah. And what sucks is because now there's certain family members that are on like my social networks or whatever. So they may post a picture of me and that person I'm trying not to claim as family. And then I gotta go in their inbox and like, listen, can you please take that shit down because I will be damned if anybody knows I'm related to this person. I'm so that person. So what else? Yeah, so the family beefs. Family beefs on my side. I'm gonna let him go first because mine can involve guns. Mine can involve.
It's like for me,
Facebook.
Family beefs for me is so weird. It's for me, it's corny, it's whack. There's no need for it because at the end, we always come back and get along and talk. And I know dang well on my side and the other side, we feel so embarrassed and corny about it, and we don't. That's why we don't even talk about. It. We don't even bring it up. We act like nothing ever happened. Right. And I kind of like that. I kind of like I agree with that, and I kind of like comfortable with that way about my family because at the same, I feel like they understand me. Like okay, I know we bump head about this right now about today, but damn well we know that we stuck because we family.
But you know what's dope though is like you guys after your family, you guys beef.
Yeah.
The way how you guys can just go back to a Sunday dinner or just go back to family life like it was nothing. Like in my family, beefs get so deep and so real. Like way back in the day, there was allegedly my grandfather shot my dad because my dad was beating up my mom in the house. Then you know there's been cases where I would say as adults, kids have gone head up with their parents. Siblings have gone head up with each other. Beefs go as far as to the extent of dragging each other's names through the dirt, but to the point where now we're looking for each other. Like it's like love and hip hop, but on a whole nother level. Like where I come from, like the family experience. But you know what's weird? Growing up, it wasn't like that. Like I grew up in the household of two different households with my grandparents. It was the old school Cape Verdean traditional ways, and then my aunt and uncle, a straight American. It was like everybody loves Raymond, and my uncle's side of the family, like that was straight everybody loves Raymond. So I had like a lot of good things to build my foundation on. But then when I got older and I got to know the another side of my family, and I was exposed to a whole new way of I guess beefs and disagreements and it just became so extreme. But the family beefs, man, it's to the point where you know, like people won't show up to funerals because someone that they're beefing with is there.
That's the thing
like,
that I don't get. Like
you're missing huge monumental opportunities in your family because someone you're beefing with ain't there. You're giving them that much. I hate that about me because I know I'm giving that person that much power and control over me because if someone passes away right now, I guarantee you I'm not going to the funeral because someone that I may have, it's not even beef. Like at this point, like all right, I'm gonna get personal. At this point, it's not even beef. It's just what it is. It's an understanding.
Yeah.
We are not family. We are not cool. We are not close. This isn't. It's past the point where you know if people are not getting along, but you see somebody in the street and you're like, but if they needed something, I'll feed them. No, it's past this point. If you need to be fed, I'm taking that last bite. Like it's not. It's just what that is.
Yo, that's
but what I hate is, think about it. When we're beefing with somebody in our family and say someone passes away or someone's sick, but you won't go and present yourself in such a huge family moment because this person you got beef with, they have so much control over you. You're giving them so much power. And I hate that because I'm such an independent person. I'll be damned if somebody tells me what to do. But I'm in a position now where someone that I cannot stomach has control over me. And it's the family beefs, man. Like I don't know. It could be so damaging. It takes you to the point where, they say blood's thicker than water, but some family beefs can take lives, and some family beefs can like that's like I feel like I'll never see certain family members ever again because of this one in particular person. Like it's I don't know. I just it's some things are beyond forgiving, so I get it.
Yeah.
But if you come from a family where you can sit somebody down and talk, they will get where you're coming from. Like y'all could just express yourselves and move forward. Take that opportunity and do it because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, on my end, it's worth it. I have no problem.
Well, you just explained that
my shit. But I'm just saying for anybody who's listening who just may need advice, I'm probably the wrong person to give it because I have no problem. Like I'm cool with it. Look, I'll shut my freaking. But yeah, so family beefs with you guys, like I don't know, that's dope. But the shit that I've experienced in my life, it's life damaging.
It's life changing.
But the grudges, like obviously on my end, I don't call it. When I was younger, yeah, I used to hold grudges like a motherfucker. But now, I wouldn't say I personally hold grudges. I just learn. Like if I don't fuck with you, it's not because I got a grudge. Like I don't care no more. I'm just the type of person that if you show me your face that one time, that if you lie to me that one time, if you do something violating that one time, that's all it takes for me. Even if we're family, that's all it takes. Because I see that you're capable and you did it and you had no problem doing it. That's all I need to know. Like we could be cool now, but a year, 2 years from now, how do I not know them colors ain't gonna come back and so vibrantly? So I'm the type, like I don't know. When it comes down to grudges, I wouldn't say hold on to grudges in your family, especially with family.
Yeah, it all depends on the situation and the
but
family and how it is.
Learn and if you need to love from a distance, do it.
Me, I don't hold grudges. We don't.
Yeah, you guys don't. That's crazy.
Yeah, we don't. I don't really.
Why do you think I hold on to principles so much?
You know what though, but. Oh, because it's basically, I guess, the way you grew up and the fact that you grew up holding on to how do you say that, old culture and values, like you know what I mean? So you into that. So that's why you just look at it like to be like just and the way it's supposed to be. That's how it got to be. And
by all means necessary.
Yeah, you're deep and harsh with it at
That's
times.
my grandfather.
And it's like you give the truth, like, like it is nothing. And I've seen a witness between you and your family. I've seen that. And us, it's just like, it's different. Like, we hold grudges. I mean, as a matter of fact, I would say that. I know there's two siblings in my family that's been, like, I heard. But the thing is just, like, we don't get into each other's business that much, too. We hear
God, not in my family.
We like, what? So-and-so's not talking, they're happy for something. Like, really? Wow, they're stupid. Okay, we just go move on. We don't have time to care about that. They wanna, but
No, you know why? I feel like in your family they may not have time to do all this and that because I don't want to say in all families it may be like this, but my assumption is if you don't come from a nosy family, it's because your family
don't have enough drama for people to be nosy.
Even if they do have drama. No, I'm talking about like if your siblings, your parents, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, whatever, godparents, if they're not being nosy and shit, it's because they got shit to do. They got their own families. They They got jobs. They going to school. They got stuff to do. I'm so used to being older. When I was younger, the family that I grew up with wasn't like this. But when I got older and I got exposed to family,
yeah. And
yo.
Another thing I wanted to say too is like on my side of the family, when it comes to the being nosy, it's like I guess the way we grew up too.
God. Yo, I'm talking about fake pages. I'm not even talking about Facebook. I'm talking about since MySpace. Yeah. And then before MySpace, it was fake bitches. Fuck fake pages. It was fake bitches acting like, oh, you want to come over and smoke and da da da. And then you leave or whatever, and then they're calling the next person like, yo, she said da da da. When they were the ones that induced the conversation or was saying something. Like that's the type of feeling. I'm like, why do I want to be around this shit?
That's straight up Judas moves right there. So that's the worst. I mean,
if you have any family that's like that or shows any nosiness, just do yourself a favor. Just cut ties. Just fall back. Just fall back. Just do it nice and smile and just fall back. I'm telling you, it will save you so much drama.
Sorry.
But speaking of saving drama, let's talk about family moving in. First.
Oh God.
First.
You're going really. You gotta go hood with it right now.
No, first let's talk about let's talk about nieces, nephews. Let's talk about kids moving in.
Kids.
Yeah, you can go
nieces,
first.
Nephews. All right. Only in extreme, and I'm saying extreme emergency. Like, oh man, my nephew came. He's from New Orleans, and Katrina just happened, and he made it.
Yes.
They made it up there. Wow. Come in.
Go ahead,
this is my house. But I understand if it's not extreme, if you're homeless, you living in the streets, yes. Even though it happened in my situation that I don't want to get too much of this, but that's how I look at it. Only during extreme, like situation when something is really bad is going on, But after that, I'm looking at it like because I can't make it, this is an extra kid that we can take care of.
Right.
I can't. I've seen it. I witnessed it. I feel like I'm sorry to say this is. I don't want to sound like that, but
just be honest. This is some real
food that's gonna be missing on my plate. My plate's gonna get smaller, so I know.
It's so fucking greedy.
I know. My bad. That's
who you are. That's who you are.
That's how I looked at it when I grew up in a house when there's already a lot of mouth to feed. I'm sorry, shit was rough.
For me, on my end, when it comes down to taking it depends on the age group, for one. Like kids, like younger kids,
I should have seen that.
I love them. If they're my family, I love them. If they're not my family, I gotta get to know them. It takes me a long time.
Yeah,
I'm just being honest.
Exactly.
But if it's my family, I love them. I can't see me turning them down. If it's, say, I'm with somebody, and that's another thing. If you're in a relationship, and their family, the kids in their family wants to come move into your house. I think it's so circumstantial. It depends whose house it is. It depends on how the relationship is, and it's so circumstantial. But on my end, if it comes down to family, even if I do not like the parents and it's on like some real shit, like I'm taking it to the grave,
emergency
my doors will always be open. Emergency or not, my doors will always be open for the kids.
Protege, doors always open for the kids.
Shut the hell up.
I don't know. Me, I look at it like, wait, did you check Uncle Larry?
You're stupid.
Did you check?
Now wait. Now how about letting siblings move in? Siblings and cousins.
Whoa, that's what I'm saying.
Can I tell a story?
Go ahead.
Once upon a time, I was living in Southside, and once upon a time, I was in bed, and once upon a time, my doorbell rang, and my man wants to go open up the door, and when he opened up the door, it was a cousin dropping off another cousin at the door, but it looked like they just wanted to talk. And then the boyfriend came out, and the boyfriend was a family friend that we knew. I didn't even know they were with the cousin. And my boyfriend came back into the house and said, "Hey, your cousin's here with their man, and they want to talk to you." So I got dressed, and I went to go into the living room. And my door open, and I saw my man come into the house with my cousin, her man, and a whole bunch of suitcases. And when I looked out the window to see what was going on, the van with my other cousin driving drove off. And all I'm gonna say is from that moving in, I didn't know they were running from the feds. I didn't know they were crazy, that they were gonna slice each other up in my daughter's room. There was blood everywhere, like it was Lizzie Borden's house.
Oh,
I experienced so much bullshit with them, like crazy, like you wouldn't believe it. So off the strength of just that one particular incident, I would never ever ever have siblings or cousins move into my place. Now, and not for nothing, I'm not used to siblings and cousins and shit. Like I really grew up very 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 isolated. When I say I'm in my solitude, I'm very much so by myself. Like my family's like my animals and kids, and you know.
You ain't lying. But what about extreme emergency situation? Even that too. Like yo.
In my case,
my house just caught on fire. I'm right in front of the house with suitcases and everything. Would you call a shelter after?
See, in my case, it so sucks because from cousins to other family members, everyone has different characters and everyone's played roles in my life that I felt like have violated me in such fucked up ways one way or another. Mm-hmm. Some extreme, some aren't. But the thing that sucks is I feel like, damn, if I let that one person in, it's really not just that one person, because other family members are going to want to see that person. People are going to have to get picked up or dropped off in front of my house. People are going to now know about my life because now this person is most likely, my family was dysfunctional, going to gossip and talk about what's going on in my house. So it's going to, I want to let them in. I really, really do. But I know what's going to come of it. So I'm the type of person that I've been burnt so many times, I would say no. I'm sorry. I would financially, I got you. I'll help you if you need a hotel for a night or two. But no.
Well, when it comes to siblings and
and
cousins, well, I will do it. But like I said, in extreme situation, there will be a different situation when it comes to siblings. Like brothers and sisters, I'll be more quick to do something. But come
from a real functional family.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, I guess I don't want to be like, yeah, I did, to say that, but it wasn't that functional though.
Now, what about parents? Like, our parents get older, or some just can't live by themselves. They have phobias, depressions, whatever. Mm-hmm. From the way that you grew up and everything, and coming from your family, would you do that? Would you let your elderly parents move in with you?
Well, all right. Now we're gonna go. That's what we're gonna.
And I'm not talking about temporarily. I'm talking about elderly parents moving in.
That's why we're gonna do a head count.
Like hospice at your house. They're dying at your house.
We're gonna do a head count and
not a head count. What do you mean?
Not like a statistic. How many is left?
What do you mean? How
many of my siblings are left behind that's still alive?
Oh, that could take care of them. How do you?
No way. We're gonna go through the process. We do a head count.
What process?
So and so still alive. Okay, we got.
No, but what's the process? Seriously, how do you break it down to like who's gonna take care of mom? Yeah. Who's gonna take care of that?
That's what I'm saying. This is the beginning of the process. All right, there's 4 of us. Like for example, me. There's 4 of us. I'm like, all right, this is time for our parents. They need somebody to be taking. For one of us to reach out and taking care of them.
Right.
So I had a count. First of all, we gotta go to the oldest. Mm-hmm. Hey, the oldest was always the one that had to, this is how I grew up. The oldest allowed a lot.
The oldest takes on full responsibility of everything.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'm gonna reach to the oldest first.
So you think the oldest should really take the first responsibility of taking care of the elderly parent?
No, well I guess not not the responsible. To them first? No. But I think the issue will come to them for us to have a meeting, and we're gonna now look at it like who's the
best person to take care of
financially put. Yeah.
But what if you're not financially put, but everyone's agreeing to chip in? But now my whole thing is, what if nobody wants to take care of the parent, but everybody agrees?
I will sit up and I'll be like, F you, F you, F you.
But would you take them?
School? Yeah, I'm gonna have to, but I will be cussing them out. I'll be like, yo, y'all don't know what the. I hate
See, y'all. Now on my end, where my grandparents raised me, And my biological parents are divorced, and they're alive and well. We don't really have a relationship at all. Like, we're cool, but we don't have a relationship. Like, there's no holiday visits. There's no
holiday calls.
Yeah, there's no relationship. It's more like they're like far, far, far distant family. Um, but it's not anything negative. It's just that's just the way it is, and we're okay with it. But anyways, on my end, to take in an elderly parent, if it was like my grandfather, because I was wicked tight with him all day, every day. Like, I wanted him to come live with me. When I moved out of New Bedford, my grandmother, we were mad, we were tight, but we didn't have. I just, God forgive me, but I can't. We didn't have that type of connection. Like, I can't see me dedicating my life, making that vow to her for the rest of my life and her life that I will,
take care of her.
Yeah, take care of her. Now with my biological parents, I tried that with my dad, and that was a hot mess, extremely uncomfortable because I don't know him like that. I don't look at him like my dad, but I'm calling you daddy, and my kids are calling you grandpa. And I just feel like this fictitious life, you just one, basically, without earning it. Like, like, you're in my home, I'm taking care of you like a king, like royalty. You're spoiled. And my kids are developing this bond with you as grandparents, and I know it sounds grimy, but if there's so much circumstances that go into it, from who this person is and how they are to what our relationship is and all that. But I don't know. I can't see myself doing it.
Doing it to take it in.
But with my mom, my biological mom, I don't know if it's because she's a woman and I'm a woman, and I have a softer heart towards her more than anybody on my biological side of the family. But my mom, I would take her in.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean,
I would definitely, take her in, because I think I desperately, like, I want my mom, but I just don't know
if you're gonna
how to get her as my mom. I know how to get her.
So you basically treat her as like somebody that
I love.
You took in. Yeah, somebody that you love very much, that you took in. But not.
But I just don't know how to look at her like
your mom that you basically took in, and you're so happy and proud to do that.
I feel like it's too late.
Oh man. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that. I feel like it's never too late though.
I feel like it's still, because only in the sense of, we can't go back in time, and like, you can't go to my soccer games. You can't go watch me play any type of sport. You can't watch me play music. You weren't there during the bad times, the good times. Like, watching me develop into an adolescent. Like, there's so many huge, important moments that weren't there, that I feel like moms and daughters, I guess, you not use, but need to build that foundation. And we're well aged, and we don't have that foundation, and we're grown women now, so we're missing a huge important piece of a mother-daughter bonds. Like, granted, we could have a bond now, but I feel like what my soul needs, my inner child just needs that part to be fulfilled. I don't need a mom now. I mean, I do, but you know what I mean.
No, I see.
Like, I don't mean it, and like, I feel like I'm making this thing sound so much worse than what it is. But
no, it's not.
You know what I mean?
No, I definitely know what.
No, I hope they know. Or if my family ends up watching this, like, they know what I mean. Like, I'm okay with not having family and all that, but yeah, to move into my house and to try to I don't know. I feel like as kids, like, if anybody's watching, and if you grew up with other family members, and your real biological parents are in a situation and they need to live with you, what do? You have no relationship with them. Like, you're cool with them, but you just have no relationship. Like, what do you do? But yeah, so there's that. We talked about the family reputation, the family responsibility. Basically, the family responsibilities, I feel like, fall into family members moving in with you. Family do's and don'ts. This one I was kind of excited to do. All right, let's do the beefs. Family do's and don'ts as far as beefs. I'll go first. A big family don't in beefs. If you're in a beef with your family member, do not go to the extent of either contacting their ex or their current and going out for drinks, going to smoke together.
Well, of course, that's a no.
Or going to chill. No, because you have some brothers or you have some sisters or cousins that will just be like, watch, I'ma fuck up their whole life. Watch. Just off the strength of some stupid shit.
That's freaking big to do that.
Now, in beefs, what would... I mean,
in beef is just like there's limits. There's certain limits, and you know what I mean. Like there's certain things you don't do. Like you said, if I'm gonna bring somebody to the house and my brother's checking that out or doing something, gonna do that, I'm like, no.
He ain't even paying attention. He's just saying the same shit I'm saying. He was too busy on his phone, and y'all were witness.
I heard about that. No beefs. You talking about what you talking about? Beefs in family, and like you said,
talking about that. I heard about that.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, basically the family beefs, the do's and don'ts.
Do's and don'ts.
It's general. Like, I mean, not general. Everyone knows. Don't take it outside the house. Don't go and spread it to neighbors and all that, gossiping about shit, because now you're going to put yourself in a fucked up situation because say someone goes to talk shit about your sibling or about your parent, and now you got to go check them or snuff them. And now you just caught a charge off of you gossiping. Exactly. So I would just basically say a big family beef don't is gossip.
Yeah, and don't always think that you're gonna have advice for that sibling. Like that's another thing. Like I don't know, some siblings even parents too. They think like, I'm gonna have the right advice. I'm gonna tell you what it is, and you're gonna go ahead and do it. And they don't do it. Don't be surprised at what.
So what's your don't? Like basically, don't give your family advice.
Don't expect.
Don't expect advice?
Don't expect to receive the good one.
Don't expect good advice?
Don't expect to, basically...
you don't know what the fuck is.
Don't expect for that sibling to understand, to listen to you, basically. So yeah, say that I have a brother that's in trouble, they needed advice.
Right.
And then I give him some kind of advice, and he didn't do it. And then, so don't expect that, do's and don'ts. Like certain family, they expect that, you should be there and help that sibling. So, I'll be like, hey, I did tell him, and he didn't listen. So I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from.
No, I understand where you're coming from.
I don't know.
Because I'm trying to think of you and your family and who you talking about.
Yeah,
but yeah,
exactly. There's that, and then
let's talk about social media though. All right, for me and my family, do not tag me in family photos if we're not really family like that. If I happen to be at some event with you at the same time, even if we are family, because I'm not a part of no I don't want.
You want to cast yourself out, basically.
Yeah, leave me alone. You know why? Because, all right, I'm just going to break it down like this. I've experienced so much grimy shit with family that now that shit's quiet, that if I start to see them trying to display things tagging me in photos, and we're not really like a family like that. Like, we're not cool at all. But you're tagging me and shit and acting like, oh, look who it is. And oh, I love her so much. But don't you remember last year? Or don't you remember what just happened? I don't know.
No, just forget about it.
We didn't grow up together. We don't know. I don't know. I'm just basically, if we're not family like that, if we're not tight like that, don't come on social media and tag me in photos. And I don't know what you're telling your friends over there, your family over there, we have such a great family and we're so tight and we're this and we're that.
Regarding something,
just don't. I don't want to be a part of it.
Even if it's regarding something of holidays, big kids and everything like that, you don't want them to tag you. So you don't want them to claim you?
No, because you know why? Because I was never claimed from the get-go.
Oh.
From the get-go. There's always my childhood story. You know a lot of shit.
I see what you're saying.
And from almost damn near everybody in my family, they've displayed some type of behavior that that was just real extreme. I felt for unjustly reason.
Yeah.
And it's always been in a way of shunning me or like, you know, just
what you always say.
Yeah, and I always felt like the stepchild. Anyway, granted, I wasn't nobody's kid anyways. I always felt like that stepchild syndrome. And even with the family that were my biological family, by the time I was able to independently see them on my own, I had that stepchild syndrome still because they already had their family. They already lived their life. So either way, I'm bouncing back and forth to that stepchild syndrome. So, and I was very much so treated as such. So now that, you know, shit's cool and shit's quiet, when you're trying to claim me on social networks, like we're mad tight and we're some type of family, but we're not. Like that shit's such a turnoff to me. I'm not gonna fake the funk. I'm so that person that will inbox you and just like, can you not do that? Can you take that picture down? And moving forward, if you feel like there's pictures you want to be displayed and I'm in it and you want to act like we're family, can you at least inbox me first and I'll let you know if it's cool. So I'm grateful that I've had family members that agreed to move that way. But yo, every time I talk about specific things, I'm getting notifications left and right. But I don't care if they are watching. Like this is why I feel like this shit pops off because I'm very open. I'm very honest. I'm very blunt. I call shit for what it is. I don't sugarcoat shit. Let's just talk about it. Let's call it for what it fucking is and
that's some shit
move
I
forward.
will not
But
talk about. I will not say. I will.
People
I'll
just
say
aren't
that.
used to moving that way.
I will not put so many out. But you are very open. I mean, that's brave.
Yeah, it's not brave. It's just facts. Why not? Like the whole world, everybody deals with bullshit in families, and then so many people have similar situations, and it's just it is what it is.
I mean, it's like I don't know. It's like your family sounds like it's close to Breaking Bad.
Yo, you have no idea.
It's like what?
But listen, another social media do's and don'ts, like other than that whole fakery. Like, don't come fake a life. A family lifestyle with me when it's not true. Not even just with me, I guess with y'all too. Like I'm pretty sure that aggravates you guys with your family members that do that to y'all. Now dudes, I don't mind if you hit me up on my wall and you say hi or something. Or you just I guess hi because I don't know what else we would talk about. So if you I don't mind that. You can do that. But I don't know. I guess when it gets too far or too extreme with I love yous when I know it's not true. Like we both know it's not true. Like I don't know.
Because you know damn well it's fake, so you do not want to accept that.
I hate family on not.
Why can't you sugarcoat
how can I
fake?
Not that I hate family on social media because I don't. It's not that serious to me. Like I guess me talking to you guys, it sounds like it is, but it's really not. But I don't know, man. I hear
what you're saying.
Do that shit in person. I think once I see that type of behavior in person, I could believe it. I'll take it for being an authentic gesture. And then when it's done on social networks, it won't seem so
fake.
Yeah, disingenuous.
Yeah, but you have to understand, only you and that person know the inside real.
Exactly, and that's how it should stay. Like, I don't want motherfuckers to know my life. Like, I'm okay in my solitude and shit. Like, when you come from a dysfunctional family, some people are okay with completely removing themselves entirely out of a situation and living their life in peace. So when it comes down to that, yeah, outsiders may not know, and that's exactly how I would like to keep it, as they do not know. Because now when I gotta come explain myself like this,
so you're very conservative when it comes to that. But what? So you have a problem when they do not stop? They don't get where you're coming from?
No, I mean I don't care if they I don't care if they hit me up like the way a friend would on Facebook, because that's just what it is. But
the way the friends would.
Yeah, like the way friends talk to people. But when it's like, I know it sounds weird, but you gotta understand the way I grew up and where I'm coming from.
I understand. I just want everybody. I want you to clarify. I just want to make sure that y'all hear this.
But I'm just saying, when there's not a type of relationship.
A true, genuine.
Yeah, like, don't.
But
I don't know.
Wait, you can get that with a stranger or anybody else too, though, right?
What do you mean?
Like not being true. Like I don't know if you can read it. Like say that a friend hits you up and just say
See,
that. Hi.
friends acting fake on. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because this isn't serious. I don't have to worry about when I die if you're gonna show up to my funeral or not. Like, you know, like I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
This is something serious. This is bloodline. Like no matter what, no matter how far I may take myself out of a situation or how far they may take themselves out of a situation, at the end of the day, we're always anchored to each other, no matter what, due to bloodline.
Yeah.
So stuff like this, I kind of have to be conscious to. Little stuff like that will irk me and bother me because I'm like, let it just be what it is. Stay on your side, stay on my side. Where it's all peace and love.
How long will that bother you then? Because I don't know. I'll say personally for me, that will. I understand where you're coming from. That will bother me. I'm like, yo, I know you're fake. Why are you coming at me like that?
Fake family? How long fake family?
Yeah, fake family member
family
will be like,
will
yeah, I know
bother
you're
me
fake.
for the rest of my life. When I was younger, I would display it and show
you
it.
hold on to it like that?
Yeah, because listen to let me explain myself. Like fake when I was younger, I would react to fakeness.
Yeah.
And I would just continually be labeled as the psycho, the violent one, the crazy one.
Well, you blast them up.
Because I would always put them on blast. But they would go around telling family members, other people, like I'm like this crazy person. Well, all I said was just like, nah, that ain't what you said. That ain't true.
That ain't true.
But as I got older, and I've witnessed the fakery, and and we're all getting older. It then becomes something else. For me, it becomes very saddening, and I feel bad for them. And I just get like, okay, that's a whole dark aura. That's a whole negative ball of energy. I don't want to bring that type of negative energy into the ball of light I have here with my family. So the way that I'm saying fakeness and family will affect me for the rest of my life is it won't affect me as far as it having an impact on my daily life, but the continual effect that it will always have is it builds an automatic barrier because I will not have my kids exposed to those type of antics and behaviors. I don't want them to know or to have an example of people behaving this way and them thinking in the future like, oh nah, like especially if they idolize a certain family member, if they think that aunt or that uncle or that cousin is cool. Yeah. So when they get older or they're put in a relationship or they're put in a situation and they want to go display the same antics that they just saw from that family member and their whole shit gets fucked up, no. I'd rather have all that negativity away. Fake family.
Well, yes, you're right. That's true. If you want to keep it away,
it's too much. It's like having a full-time job at a psych ward, and you gotta just keep like around the clock. You're on call. You're on call. You're on call because their fakeness. Even when it's to each other, not even just to you. When you're just the innocent bystander and you're watching the fakeness to the family, and you just cannot believe people function this way, and now you're put in a fucked up situation because now when you're alone in a room with this family member, you're like, damn, you were there to witness how this person was called out or whatever. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's.
I feel you though.
It's too much work to be around fake.
Do you think the fact that you're a female plays a big role on the outcome?
What, that it's more likely for females to be fake in a family than males?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Not that I can say that I have personal experience because I don't have enough to go on to say on a male side or a female side.
Yeah.
But from the little that I've experienced with females within my family, I don't want to say it's a gender thing. I think there's probably just more females than there are males. But
there's no like when it comes to emotion, unless I don't want to say that wrong, but it's gay.
But I don't know. There's some men in my family that's like that's real.
No comment.
Fake.
No comment.
Bad. Like I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. Now, one of my last family topics will be the issue of loaning money.
Oh, did we talk about grudges already?
Grudges? Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did? Okay. Wow.
But let's talk about loaning money.
This is all right.
Let's say any family member.
Oh.
Absolutely not. I will not loan anybody family. I'm still waiting for $70 from people that I let borrow to get a tattoo years ago. That never got paid back. I'm still waiting for one pull up that this chick borrowed when I lived on Dunhill Ave and never gave me gave me back a pull up.
Wow, one pull up.
I don't forget these shits. It stays in the back of my mind because it's not so I don't want the items back, but it just shows me your character. But yeah, family, never mind. Now that's just like with friends, like, you know, shit. That's the type of shit that I'm still like holding on to. Now, if it's family, say I could loan you 10. That's nothing. I don't give a shit. 50,
$10?
no problem.
That's a
100,
gift.
100 will probably be the most I go. But if you're talking about you need 200 and up, no, absolutely
again,
not. Absolutely
I'm gonna look
not.
at it again.
That's a whole bunch of
It depends on the situation. For instance,
I'm so curious what these notifications are. Wait, I'm gonna go see. Go ahead. I'm gonna go see if it's something juicy. I'll tell you guys.
Like I was saying, it all depends on the situation. For example, if it's bail money, you know you're gonna need that money.
But who's getting bailed out though? Because I may not give a fuck.
Oh wow.
Because I may be that person that's just like I've been through enough.
You need bail money. You can't reach. You know, family member. That's like 80% of yes. That's for sure. Because I know there's some friends. Like there's some friends that if I contact them, even though if I call them from the jail cell, they'll be like, nah, man, I need that money, man. Just hold on there. You know what I mean? Contact somebody else. So I don't know, family members, like it has happened. So I look at it like it depends on the situation.
You know what's funny? There's some friends I'd bail out. Not even like friends and there's nothing juicy, guys. There's some friends on Facebook. Let's just say Facebook friends that I've never even dapped up in person, never gave a hug, never shook hands, none of that. Mm-hmm. But I developed some type of friendship with through inboxing and stuff. Wow. There's some of them people that I would probably bail out first before people in my family.
Wow.
Not even probably. I guarantee you it. Guarantee. And that's just me saying all this is just a clear example of it's only an example.
Even though that family didn't
I've been
try to kill you,
to be.
Even though they didn't try to kill you.
I just leave me alone. Like I don't want it. It's for me the way that I've experienced family in my lifetime. I feel like family's too much drama. Yeah. It's too much trouble. It's too much negativity. It's untrustworthiness. It's just I know it's not, but what I've been exposed to, it's way too hurtful and extreme and negative. So I'd rather just start from scratch, all by myself with my kids, and just I don't care if I don't get to experience that in my lifetime, especially at a young age. If I get to experience that as a grandmother, and I get to experience my grandkids and family dinners in that sense. And my kids having kids and that's how I get to experience family. If it's at an old age, then cool. That's such a blessing. I got to experience it. But if I don't have it now, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I grew up very alone and isolated anyways.
And that's what I'm going to say. Now, you're going to have to blame it to your family because and how you were raised and what happened. So that's why the consequences end up being like that. That you end up being distant and you don't want to have nothing to do with them because if it wasn't, you know what I mean? They teach you the value and it was different. They show you the loyalty and everything else.
That if that's how that went down, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it would have been different.
I thought you were saying because this is what they've exposed to you. I would say no, that's
and
not true.
My grandfather, obviously,
Uncle
so
did.
They expose more of a, I would say, hate, and it's okay to be jealous. It's okay to have
but you know what
hate,
it is?
So that's why you
know what I don't hold on to because with siblings, I've experienced a lot of hate, a lot of jealousy, a lot of was it I can't say it.
Animosity.
Yeah,
animosity.
That's a shame. You can say it, I can't.
Animosity.
I've experienced so much negativity from just biological family. Mm. And like real violating shits. So I mean I don't even remember where we were going with this.
We're just talking about families and wait, I gotta remember.
No, I just remember experiencing like they. just being real fucked up, and I don't. Damn, I forgot. No, not take. Wow, we're way past that. Anyways, I've just been in real fucked up situations when it comes down to family. So I rather be alone. I'm so not the type of person to just want family either. Like I'm straight. But I think what I was trying to say is that I experienced so much negativity from my biological side of the family that damn, I'm so mad. We can't smoke and do these type of shit.
No, what? I think we.
I wish I could rewind this and go back to see what we were talking about earlier. Because I was gonna make such a strong point, but fuck it.
Well, we were talking about the last thing, basically about family. So what it is. So what
I know, because we kind of went off
view families, basically. I believe that's what it is. Maybe somebody.
No, that's not what we weren't talking about how we view families.
Yeah.
We were talking about something else. I wish you guys could sign into the chat room
closing statement.
What we were talking about.
It was the closing statement on families. And I get to ask you, and then I made the point about basically the way you grew up. You know.
Would you ask me?
That it all depends on, because you were saying like, for you wanted to stay away from family, and I ended up saying that, well, it depends. You know what I mean? It all depends. And you just show that you're exposed to different.
Oh yeah, maybe I was explaining like how the reasons to why I'm so like anti-family.
Yeah, exactly.
Is because the type of stuff I experienced with the biological side. My grandparents, it was all that jazz. It was great stuff, but it was that old school Cape Verdean ways. Like I experienced so much bad shit as far as like certain types of abuse, and when I turned to my grandparents, I didn't get that protection, and it lasted for so long. And if anything, I kind of somewhat became the enemy in their eyes when it came down to that. So I felt like, I got violated in so many different ways. Well, my biological family when I got older, but as a younger child, with the people that I knew to be as my family, it would just, if it was not little, but incidences like that shit, you grow up real fucked up. That's your first real example of disloyalty, of someone betraying you. Now I can understand my parents giving me up as a baby, as that being the first one, but being conscious enough to know that at this point in my life I should have family protecting me, and not having that, it just and it's a long story. I just basically didn't come from that. Like I had love.
You were exposed to different. You were exposed to.
It was not your traditional American.
I think, like you said, by the time like they gave you away and they didn't never try to.
This has become such a therapy session. We were supposed to talk like all these like subjects and categories. Family. Yeah, about like family. Like granted, it went into like an hour and a half show.
Yeah.
But we were supposed to talk about so many other things.
No, basically you just.
It ended up becoming like about my life story.
No, but don't feel like that. You would just explain why you were anti-family, and I believe that the viewers and everybody wanted to find out why, because that was so weird. Normally, you hear everybody pro-family. Like me, I'm pro-family. Like
I'm so not pro-marriage. I'm not pro-family. I don't believe in it. I've seen it so many times. I've experienced it so many times. I've seen division. Kids go their own ways. Parents go their own ways. Marriages don't last. There's no loyalty. Everybody's got their own selfish purpose. Just so much shit. So I'm the type of person that instead of me having to experience it and go through what they went through, I'd rather just not and stay away from all that and just be in my solitude and live in my
it's just I don't know, us like
I just need a dog.
Like just like right now, on my point of view, on my side, like my family, like we talk to each other, but at the same time we know that we all busy, we all have families that we're trying to raise.
Right, so it's okay to. That's another good point.
If we stay away, okay. Like
I'm glad you brought that up.
And me tell the truth, I only want to hear from family when something bad is going on. I know it's bad to say, but because when something good's going on, it's okay, man. All right, you're doing good.
That's a good point about keeping in touch with family. So, like you have to do it. I'm so not that. Everybody, you see people going in on me on Facebook about not returning text messages and phone calls and stuff. I mean, sometimes I I just don't feel like flirting. I don't feel like doing that shit. But never mind when it's with family. Like, this is just flirting here and there, and I don't feel like it. Never mind when you have certain family members and they want to call you all day, every day about any little damn thing. I'm not that. I'm not about that life.
Yeah, look, like, for instance, I don't know if that family member was watching. I just have one thing that happened. I just super meet up with a family member I haven't seen for a long time, and I think he moves in the same city, same state, and not too far from me, the next city. And he called me one morning, and while I'm getting ready to go to work, and then he was just like letting me know we gotta meet. But I'm like, oh, we can't do it because I gotta go do this. I gotta go to work, and I gotta take care of this. I was like, all right, we gotta hit us back up, and we never did it. But I see him. You see me on Facebook, and I see him on Facebook. But I know damn well that's gonna be like, yo, we trying to connect, and you don't.
But bro. You're just not putting in the effort.
Yeah, so it's like
times have changed.
Things happen.
Family values, family matters. Everything has changed. It's not like what it was when we was growing up, and it was sad. It will never ever ever be like that because as time evolves and as these new generations of families with new values and new trends and all that.
But you know one thing I gotta say though.
It's sad. And technology.
Yeah.
Technology, cell phones, iPads, computers. I mean, TVs. We don't know family.
It's making it worse. So, well, like you were saying, the one thing I gotta say, like you're saying, is the evolution is changing, and one thing I'm seeing is like family values and a lot of values, morals. And
I want to end the show.
Like you're a just person, but I see that deteriorating a lot. And that's what I wanted to say. I know
what'd you just say? I'm deteriorating a lot?
Not you. That family values and a lot of morals and stuff are deteriorating as time goes.
Oh, I thought you said I'm deteriorating a lot. I was going to say, listen.
Like,
because we're about to wrap up this show.
Another topic I wanted to tell you.
Oh, come on. We've been talking for an hour and a motherfucking half. I want to end the show. I got to go to work for midnight.
Talking about that, maybe you should start talking about people having, I don't know, like side chick and stuff like that. Like how that going on. I don't know. I was just trying to come up with a topic for next show.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Nothing.
All right, guys. So listen, I am closing down the show. We've been doing this for like an hour and a half. I have to go to work in so many hours. I'm pretty sure you guys have to get ready for your day for tomorrow. For you guys to go to work or to take your kids to school or what have you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting. I'm tired. My eyes come down. I want to go to sleep.
I gotta go do school work.
If anything, if you guys want to hear more conversations like this about family, not so much about me and my personal problems and my issues and my bullshit, but if there's any topics you guys want to talk about, hit me up in my inbox. Let me know. If you guys do want to bring up more points to family issues and you want us to bring it up, definitely hit me up in my inbox and we'll do this. I think it's fun when we talk about personal stuff like this. It was fun. I just wish I had it more organized and I had more bullet points because this was supposed to go a whole nother direction and then this just became like an Oprah kind of thing.
I don't feel like that.
But come on, let me end the show. Goodbye, guys. Good night. You want to say anything to them? You want to say anything to them?
End of the show.
Alright, guys. Have a good night.
Wrap it up.
Enjoy your families.
Wrap it up.
Shut up. Bye, guys.